So, okay, it all started, you know, we're at Five Guys, and, you know, I'm like down in a burger, you know, having a great time. I mean, it was good stuff. I mean, but then all of a sudden, I was like, oh, so I reached down, and I'm like, grab my drink, try to see if I can fasten up my stomach and stuff, and I'm like, this made me have to piss more, and I was like, damn, that blows. And so, like, I was like, hey guys, you guys want to go to Walmart? So we're like, go to Walmart, you know, having a little adventure and whatnot, and, you know, all of a sudden, like, we get in there, and I see Kat, and she's like, you know, playing with, like, the little thing, putting quarters in and stuff, and I was like, I just start running. And I'm like, dude, I go in the bathroom, scrambling, like, boom! And I bust through the door, and I'm like, and I like look down, and there's the handicap toilet. That's the first one I went for, because it's a lot of extra room, so you can feel the wobbling kicks and stuff. And there's handlebars, power kung fu grip. And I was like, dude, I'm ready to take this dump. This one's gonna be legendary status, you know, purples, epics, yeah. So man, I get in there and I'm like, no man, there's like pee dried up on that, man. I think I stuck down toilet paper and I was like, trying to like hover, but hovering wasn't working. I didn't have the leg strength in me that day. Probably because I just done like 8 miles of hard raw juice running or something. So I was like, all like, adrenaline was flowing, and I started getting the turtle heads. The gophers were popping out. I was like, and like, dude, I thought I was getting pregnant. You know, 3, 2, 1, push! And I was, man, I broke a sweat just getting there. So then I like bust into the small toilet. I'm like, ooh, and the lock's not working that well. And I'm like, chicken, I'm like, and I elbowed it in. And I was like, dude, that's extreme. And I'm like scrambling. I'm like, put toilet paper down. And I can't like really like get good leverage, you know, because there's nowhere to go. Like this has, you know, like handlebars. But like, so like, here's the stalls, and you know they're under it. So I grab right here, and I'm just, and I'm just power thrusting, and like, you know, I thought it was gonna be solid at first, and it was, but then it started turning juicy, and so like, you know, as I'm finishing up, you know, whatever, you know, letting the last couple like waves, you know, shit flow. I hear this guy scramble in like me, and I'm like, dude, it's another customer. And I'm like, oh, dude, this is extreme. Time for customer service. So like, you know, when you go into the handicap stall, yeah, you go there for the handlebars, but there's only a handlebar on the right. I never get this. Why is there no one on the left? Why only the right? You know, I'm like, dude, if you're gonna give someone something, go all the way. Don't half-ass it, you know? Half-ass. Good one. So, you know, we're sitting there, and like, guy's sitting there, and all of a sudden, like, I hear him, like, sit down, I see the pants drop, and I'm like, whoa, dude, this guy's lightning speed, dude. This guy's an Olympic champion, man. He probably has a gold medal, and he's going to Beijing this year. I was like, dude, I need to get in that shit right there. And so, like, we're sitting there, and I was sitting here, I'm like, I hear this, and I see, like, this door next to me, like, and I'm like, scooting over as far as I can. I'm like scared, and then all of a sudden I'm like, dude, maybe he's a man in need. This man needs it. He's an Olympian. I have to help him. So like, he's sitting there, and I'm like, dude, he has the handlebar, but not one here, and he doesn't want to grab under it. There could be like diseases and stuff under there. He doesn't take chances like me. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna be a go-getter. I'm gonna be a go-getter right here. All-star, top 10 ESPN. I'm like, here, legs start kicking and stuff, and I'm like, thinking, scrambling for ideas. All of a sudden, I'm like, I got it. Stick my hand in there. We're gonna get through this, buddy. We're gonna get through this. Take my hand. Take it. Use it for leverage. Use me as a tool. And like he's sitting there, and he's like, goo, 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 goo. I'm like, oh, this isn't cool. And like, I'm just sitting there and I'm like holding my hand for a good like 40 seconds. I'm like, take my hand, buddy. We're gonna make it. No man left behind. President Bush even said, no child left behind. And I'm just like, oh, dude, we got this. Navy SEAL action, let's go. And then all of a sudden, like, things just went wrong. Lots of screaming, lots of yelling. I got scared. I scrambled without wiping. Washed my hands and ran out. I was lost. I couldn't find my friends. And then we're going to go on the intercom and say they lost their dear child, Thomas. Dear Mom. I was traumatized.